Blackburn
Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to our channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with a new, different video, and what we're gonna be chopping it up about.
Chopping it up about Meagan and Devon.
Meagan and Devon.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess we thought we'd go ahead and talk about that because apparently everybody on Black Twitter and Black everything they've been obsessed with this topic. So,
yes, they have.
So we thought we'd go ahead and I guess throw our little 2 cents in.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, my first thought I thought especially when it comes to celebrity stuff, who gives a f?
Right. That's their business.
That's their business. Leave them alone. That's pretty much how I be thinking about it. But
right.
Of
They're
course,
people. They're human.
Right. Now celebrities are people.
Yeah.
And it's something that you always say, or it seems like people forget. And
yeah.
so that was always my original thought. Like I don't, I guess, consume myself with what goes on with celebrities when stuff happens. And stuff happens, so. But this thing took a life of its own. And so between all social media, be it Instagram, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, everybody's, been talking about it and coming up with their reasoning as theories as to why it happened and this, that, this, and the third. True. And so what I thought and what I try to do is, rather than focusing on, being nosy, so to speak, and try to be like, well, I wonder why this and wonder that. Just using what it is that they went through to talk about those particular things.
Right.
So, did you want to say anything else before we dive in?
No, but and also, celebrities break up and things happen all the time, but Meagan is such a good person. Seems like we don't know her personally, but from what we know about her, she doesn't seem ill will, malice, or bad spirited or whatever. So, and that's like his crush too. So we had to get into it about her. So it's a personal reason.
Talk about my crush.
It's your crush. It's okay.
But so first things. Okay, so I guess the first question would be, why is this such a topic? Why it seems like people are obsessed with it? Mm-hmm. And so my thought process was, I feel like, unfortunately, within the Black culture, so to speak, mm-hmm. We don't have a lot of couples that are married that we kind of
look up to,
mm-hmm. or whatever. And so, would you agree? You disagree?
I would definitely agree.
You definitely agree?
Yeah.
Some lipstick on yours.
Thank you, babe.
Oh,
Top lip.
Yeah. But, so you agree?
I definitely agree. And even when Beyonce came out with a whole album about it, the Lemonade album, people were all into their business and Jay-Z, Beyonce, these people are worth billions of dollars, so how can they be going through this? Because a lot of people think they're money.
But I'm not even going on that as instance, because like you said, people have money, they go through stuff. But I'm saying, I feel like within our culture, there's not a lot of people or a lot of married couples that people, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Even in your personal life and celebrity-wise.
I mean, people have people that they have in their personal life. Some people look at their parents or they.
But it's only you can only name a handful most of the time, even if you try to
It depends on your walk of life.
I guess,
it depends on your circle.
Some people only hang around
because some people,
couples.
right. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So,
that's true.
But I think when it comes to celebrities or whatever, we was trying to think. So at the top of my head, it was Jay-Z, Beyonce, Russell Wilson, Sierra,
Barack and Michelle,
Will and Jada.
Yeah. What's the name? Alicia Keys and.
I don't think they really get a lot of
No, they kind of low under the radar though.
Yeah,
so, but they did when they first got together because they thought that he left.
But see, but that was kind of a lot. But that was negative. There was a lot of negative.
Yeah, of course.
But it wasn't
I think you only get in the spotlight mostly when it's something negative.
That's true.
They don't really shine a light on.
Yeah, you're more often. I mean,
to get more talk.
Negative energy and negative. All that spreads a whole lot faster. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but outside of those people, what other celebrities, is there a celebrity Black couple, so to speak, or a power couple, or what have you? So I feel like Meagan and Devon were one of those people. So that might have played into why everybody was enthralled about what happened and what's going on and what have you. So
right. I agree.
All right. Another part that or interesting part about the whole thing is, and I guess what some people are figuring or thinking that took place in the relationship or what might have drove them apart is the whole
The
Devon,
dynamic.
the dynamic and Devon being super in the church and
being a minister, a pastor.
right, and just how I feel like the church folk is what played a part into them.
One of the aspects, yeah.
Right, because
drove them apart or driven them apart.
Right, because like you said, and we talked about this when it comes to Meagan, like I can't think of any time that I've actually seen a tabloid or whatever about anything really negative about her having a bad attitude or her being hard to work with or her being into drinking and drugs or her anything like that or people not liking her.
Right.
So generally I feel like she's a person that's generally liked. However, when she got married with Devon, there was a lot of
backlash
thrown her way. And who was that backlash coming from?
The church folk. The church folk.
And what those church folk had to say?
They didn't like the way she dressed. They didn't like the roles that she played. They just didn't like her. They was like, oh no, she's not homely enough. She's not churchy enough. She's not put together enough.
Yeah, there's even a video out there. If I could find it, I could do it, but I probably won't because I be having millions of things to do, so I don't feel like trying to find this video. But there's a video there, like at probably some type of women's conference or some type of conference or whatever. And this lady had the audacity. Again, they're there. They're the speakers
for the day
or whatever. And she had the audacity to come up there and be like, I seen a magazine and you had your breast out, and we gonna cover up, right?
And while they were doing the interview, she was covered up. So, lady, there's times and places for.
First off, it's my first question. Lady,
hey,
who are you?
Business,
who
right?
are you? Like,
who are you?
WTF? Who do you think you are? Like,
right. What happened to judge not or look down?
Right, and I feel like
I understand.
And really that's another topic maybe for another day. But I feel like it's stuff like that that keeps people from going to church.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these church folk, they go to church every Sunday. Every Wednesday, go to Bible study, and they be in the choir, they be on whatever, they be involved in the church, but y'all be doing all this mess.
Shaming people, right? Well, you know what's really funny though, is that they did her like that, but then when the video came out with the other dude that was giving the relationship advice, and she did look homely, they tore her up. The same people, probably same church folk. Tore her out of frame for why she looked like that on. Yes, they did.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was church folk that was doing that.
It was everybody. It was everybody. So, I'm pretty sure they was included.
Yeah, but so for her to not go through, like I said, she's generally a light person, and then for church folk to attack her and down on her and being in her comments and saying you need to do this and you need to do that. And you can comment down below. What do you think? Do you think church folk acting like church folk has a lot to do with why a lot of black people in particular? Well, no, not relationships, but just why a lot of black people, nowadays in particular, are not going to church.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's true.
But yeah, I think that's trash, and I think again that played into it, and that's like, and I told her like if that could have been me. And he did. I will say that. And he did defend her. He did shut it down or whatever. But she would have been. She would have been. I don't know. I don't know what I would have said. But you can't. That's whack. Like it's just super whack. You know what I'm saying? Like that's super whack. And I guess another thing we felt like they might have played into it was people being completely opposite. That's what some people felt like. So it felt like Devon was super churchy and super, all buttoned up, so to speak. And Meagan was a little bit more loose and like a lot more freedom. And I think she actually smoked cigarettes and she actually drank and stuff like that. And so
it reminds me of that movie that came out. What was it called?
Just talking about what is
the movie? He was like, you gotta get in here and do it the right way. Like
they went opposites.
They were. He was more like homely and all about family, and she wanted to go out and have fun.
With Journey Smollett.
Yeah, she wanted to go out and have fun.
Tyler Perry?
Yes, it was. I can't think of the name of it right now, but that's what like she wanted to like experience life and do stuff, and he
But
was like, no, I'm working. I come home. That's all I do. I don't do any adventurous things. I'm not spontaneous. I just live my life in a good Christian way. And I think they brought that up on the movie. So
Right.
I can't think of the name of it. Something with temptation.
Yeah, that was not just called Temptation.
It might have been called Temptation.
Oh, Temptations, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor.
That's what it was.
That's what it is.
And with that being said, like you said about them being in two different worlds,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the more outgoing, more adventurous person can get bored. Like, oh, like they've been married for 9 years, so we've been doing the same routine for 9 years, and I've tried to conform to you for 9 years. Eventually, I'm going to be bored.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, yeah, probably. Look at this comment. Shout out to Queen Simone.
Yes.
She commented on our Instagram. I put it on there, said, can a relationship work when you're the total opposite? And she said, hell no.
No.
for 500.
Absolutely.
So she's be of the belief that you can't. So y'all comment below. Y'all tell us what y'all think. Do you think that you can actually work things out or have a long, flourishing relationship if you're the total opposite?
Yeah.
If you can, I don't know. And I guess another final thing, I guess when I guess Devon talked about
a list that he had.
Yeah, he had a list. So
and we talk about females with lists. I never really heard a man say he had a list.
It is different.
It is different.
Because I mean, we have our I guess preference, so to speak, but
not really a list of like
definitely
not messing with these kind of people.
Yeah, I ain't never really heard any of my male friends
say
they got a list.
Right.
Like she gotta be 5'5" tall, and she gotta have
right.
short hair, and she gotta be thick with it, and she gotta be slightly dark skinned, but not too dark skinned, and her eyes gotta be small,
slanted, right?
Small chin. Like, what are we talking about here?
Right.
But people be having a list. So
and his list was a lot of don'ts.
So that's another thing. Comment down below if you got a list.
Do you have a list?
For stuff
what is on your list?
Like
we would love to know.
For your mate or somebody you trying to holler at or whatever. What that list looking like?
Yeah.
But and then I guess so.
So you remember what was on his list?
Well, no smoking or drinking.
No smoking or drinking.
And he didn't want no actress. And he didn't want actress.
But he's supposedly a director.
No,
I don't know what
You're director, producer,
none
of those.
Movies. You work. That's how they met. That's how they met.
Yeah.
On Jumping the Broom.
Jumping. Was it Jumping the Broom?
That's what they said. Jumping the Broom.
I thought it was something else for some reason, but I guess it was Jumping the Broom. Okay, yeah.
That's where they met. So you work with actresses all day long.
Right. Like, what did you? This is your environment.
This is where.
Right.
Where else?
I don't know, but so that's something else to comment down below. Like, what we already asked you, do you have a list? But do you think relationships can work if you go by that list?
Or don't
go by that list.
Exactly.
So I guess a better question is: should you if you have a list, should you stick to your list or should you not?
Deviate from your list?
Right. And so I think I don't want to say that's whack, but I don't know, man. What do you think?
I don't know, cause they kind of made the list. They kind of made it shaky because, like, both of them said that God told them to be together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, did God tell you to deviate from your list?
I mean, well, based on what he said is that, in so many words, is what he said, because he was like, he was gonna listen to
what God
said, even though that he had this strict thing that what he was gonna go by.
But and then so, when you do that, that's what you was gonna say. When you do that, do you then have to conform or try to conform that person to fit your list?
Well, I think that's what people do, though. If you got somebody
is that truly who that person is?
If you got somebody, for example, if you love sports, you probably gonna want to be with somebody that loves sports and watch sports and go to sports and go to sporting events.
But if no sports is on your list and you marry and you like, okay, I'll marry you though, but you can't watch sports in this house. Like, how does that work?
Yeah,
it can't work.
It can't. You set yourself up for failure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think there's I would be willing to submit that the key to that is just balance. Like,
Yeah.
or
I guess compromise.
Yeah, I mean, or so the thing is, are you close enough to be able to compromise?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're, and like maybe we might be answering our question earlier about the total opposites or whatever. Because if you're total opposites, that ain't gonna work. So if you're a person that if you like to exercise all the time, like that's one of your favorite pastimes or whatever, and you get with somebody that hates working out, the odds of that working out is probably not gonna be slim. Or not gonna, But if you get with somebody that, they work out every now and then, or they used to work out when they was an athlete in high school, but nowadays they don't really work out so much, then it might be an easier transition or an easier to being or meet somewhere in the middle.
True.
Because y'all understand it. But when you're on the total opposite, and it depends on how many things are we talking.
That's true too.
Because you got, you could, what are we talking about? Are we talking about sex? Are we talking about food? Are we talking about, the
how
house?
you handle bills, money management? Are we talking about that?
Yeah,
that's a big one.
Yeah, it is a big one.
Yeah. Oh, you like to spend all the money. So we're gonna live and we're gonna eat.
Yeah.
That's something different.
Yeah, so I think it depends on what it is and how you.
And how much.
Yeah, where you at on that scale. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, yeah. So, anything else? We got anything else?
I think
when it comes to them, so
I wish them the best.
Now definitely.
I'm glad that they both, mutually.
That's another thing too. Shout out to them for that.
That was big.
Super mature. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that where they put out a joint statement together and being like, they came to the system together and we just feel like, it's
we're gonna love each other.
Yeah, we're gonna love each other, but we're gonna love each other from afar. And we're always gonna have a special place in each other's lives. And of course this is not exactly what they said.
Right, we're paraphrasing.
Right, strictly paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what they did, and it pretty much was a joint statement, like that's what they put out together. So thought that was interesting. But yeah, so the first thing we said was what? Stay out of people's business.
Leave them alone. They are human.
Or just understand that
they are human.
Celebrities are human.
Celebrities, pastors, all of them are human.
That's nothing we
don't put them on pedestals.
Yeah, and speaking of pastors in the church, the way that church folk act is that a reason why a lot of black people don't go to church right now.
Right.
And we also asked if you're the total opposites, can a relationship work?
Or not.
And then what was the final thing?
About, do you deviate from your list or do you stick with your list?
Yeah, do you have a list? And if you have a list, do you stick to it?
Right.
Or not?
And what's on it?
What's on it?
What's on the list?
What's on that list? Alright, so if you want to go ahead and do us a favor, definitely hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate it, and it helps people to see our videos.
Yes.
And if you aren't subscribed to our channel, hit that button. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel on our way to 1K. And we want you to join us and help us reach our goal. And if you go ahead and hit another button and shake like a bell, you'll get an alert every time we drop a new video. And I guess we pretty much told y'all what to comment on.
Yeah, several things.
So yeah, we did say several.
Let's have a dialogue in the comment section.
Dialogue. Let's dive in down there in the comment section.
Yeah.
Let us know how you feel about this and all the things that we talked about. All right, we appreciate every single one of you. I guess we'll holler at you. Peace.